exercise we're going to do for the warm-up is just going to be arm circles. I'm just going to get you to do 10 each way. Yep. So you're going to really focus on lifting your shoulder towards your ear as you get your hand come over your head, and you're just going to repeat that 10 times going forwards. From there you want to reverse and go backwards. Yep. That's the first exercise, which you do on both sides. Exercise after that is just going to be arm swings across your body. Yeah, the purpose of this one is to loosen off your back. So as you can see here, my scapula will move away from each other. As you come down, you want to squeeze your scapulas towards each other, so this area around here. And you want to do 10 alternating arm, which is going on to the top. From here, hands onto the hips. All I want you to do from here is just go for hip circles. Yeah, so you're going to go for 10 going one way and 10 going the other way. The emphasis on this one is pushing your bum back, so you might get a stretch of your hamstrings, and you also want to try and push your hips to the side. When it comes to going forward, you don't want to push too far forward, because this is going to put an arch in your lower back and it will hurt your lower back, so just be careful on that. Once you've done that, all I'm going to ask you to do is go on to the floor, and we're going to go for the wrist drills. So the first wrist drill that we're going to go for is the arm rotations. What you want to look to do here is you want to turn your elbow so that's facing towards you, and I call this the elbow pit. You want that facing forward. Yep. So you're going to relax and come forward. Another thing to remember, I'll just turn to the side so you can see, is you want your shoulder to be over your hand. You don't want to be in this position here, because you're not going to get that much of a stretch through the wrist. So I'm going to ask you to go for 10 reps of this, and automatically you should feel your lat, this muscle here, squeeze and relax. So you want to go for 10 reps of that. Your second exercise is hands will be turned to the side. You're going to try and get your thumbs pointing straight ahead, and you're going to splay your fingers as best you can. As you've done that, you're going to turn your elbows to the side. This should create tension around the wrist. And then all I want you to do is to move from side to side for 10 reps. If it's feeling pretty tight and you want to spend a bit more time doing this, that's fine. But usually 10 to 15 reps is fine. Exercise after that, hands in front. You're always trying to display your fingers as best you can. Now all you're going to do is you're going to keep your fingers on the floor, but you're going to try and lift your palms as high as you can. Yeah. Now be careful not to push yourself too hard here, because this is quite an intense stretch. Just want you to drop down and come up. And you want to go for 10 reps of that. You can hold this one at the end if it's really tight. Next exercise from here is you're going to have your fingers point towards you. So straight away, this is going to be a really good stretch for your forearm. Try not to squeeze your shoulder blades, squeeze your shoulders towards your ears. We tend to do that when we're in a stressful position or if it's really tight. Try to relax, or if anything, squeeze the muscle, your lat muscle. From here, all I want you to do is to rock back, but be really careful not to push too far back. If you want to make this stretch a bit more intense, you can press down on your fingers just a little bit and move, and that will really help to stretch your forearms out. 10 reps of this one. Next exercise will be your hands going on the outside, and this one is quite an intense stretch, so what I tend to do is start on one side first, then go on the other. The aim is to try and get both, but doing one is just fine. From here, drop your shoulders down, and then all I'm going to ask you to do is just move back just a little bit until you feel a stretch. You should be feeling a stretch all the way through here. Yep. So you're just going to rock back and forth for 10 reps. The final one, when it comes to the wrist drills, is hands down, spread your fingers. You want your hips to be on line with your knees. Just turn to the side here. Shoulders over your hands. Locking your arms out. You want to try and squeeze your tricep as hard as you can. And all I'm going to ask you to do is to rock forward as far as you can and come back. Yep, you should be feeling this around kind of the start of the forearm and the wrist. 10 reps. And on this one, I usually get people to hold it. If you don't want to hold it, that's fine. So that will be the upper body sequence.